Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. I'm Jeremy, and today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing these H. Upmann 56 cigars. I was fortunate enough to be gifted this box. They were purchased while the person was on vacation in the Caribbean islands in St. Martin. Whenever you're buying Cuban cigars abroad, definitely need to make sure that they are authentic. One thing to look for, always have the Habanos sticker. This is embossed here. You can feel the raised lettering. Also the holographic sticker and the barcode that's labeled on the bottom here. You can actually reference this with the Habanos website and make sure that this barcode relates to the actual box size and count of this. And of course on the back you'll always see the date stamp of when the cigars were boxed. It's rumored to be said that Cuban cigars are the most faked commodity in the entire world if you go a unit per unit basis. In my opinion, everything checks out for this. You wouldn't expect a small box of 10 H. Upmanns to be fake, but you never know. Anyway, everything looks like it checks out for me. Let's open it up. This thing is a little stiff, a lot stiff. There we go. So you have the little cedar insert inside. You have the little Habanos paper, some wax paper, and there you have it. There they are. Looking good. I'm gonna try to pull one out. Again, these are really in there tight. There we go. And I'll pull these out. You can take a look. The 5 on top and the 5 underneath. Another cedar insert, and then you have the 5 underneath. Now I've gone ahead and purchased a single from a local brick and mortar trusted retailer here in Toronto. So I know that their cigar is 100% real. So let's compare them side by side. So this one is the one I purchased here in Toronto, and this one is the one that came from the box. Comparing the bands, they look completely identical. Raised lettering on both, it's the exact same size, looks like the exact same ring gauge. There you have it. Smell test. Very, very similar, if not identical. So I would say, in my opinion, this is an authentic box of Cuban cigars. My previous experience with the H. Upmann brand, I've smoked the Magnum 46 and 50. Have not had the 54 before. I would say the H. Upmann Half Corona is the cigar I smoke most. Love that cigar. It's a great half an hour-ish cigar. If you're out walking the dog, you have time for like one coffee, it is a phenomenal smoke. I've also tried the Connoisseur B, I believe, and maybe a few others, but have not smoked through the entire profile of H. Upmann yet. Really like the H. Upmann cigars quite a lot. So if you notice the box date on this, it's March of 2023. Being that these are relatively younger cigars, less than a year old at the time of recording this, I'm going to smoke the one I purchased at the local brick and mortar here in Toronto. This one had a box date of 2022, so it's over a year old. I've heard people say they won't even touch a box of Cuban cigars until at least 3 to 5 years old. So let's go ahead and light up the one I purchased locally at the Toronto brick and mortar. It's got at least a year of age. Alright, I got my ashtray, got my coffee. There's nothing like Cuban tobacco and coffee. I don't know what it is. It just goes together amazingly. It is my ultimate favorite. If you want to learn more about this custom ashtray, I made this myself. Link in the description down below if you want to see a little quick DIY on how I did it. Thought it turned out awesome. Love this ashtray. Alright, let's cut it up. Apologize for any outside noise. I don't normally smoke in my place, but I do make exceptions for something like a nice treat like this. But all the windows are open, so I apologize. It's also December outside. Just a couple degrees above freezing. I want to enjoy this to the max. Don't want to bundle up and stand outside. Great start. Let's know how it goes. So into the first third, really nice smoke so far. I'd say that the draw is a little tight for my liking. I know some people like a tighter draw. I don't want to have to feel like I'm struggling to pull smoke. It's not bad. It's okay. I would just say it's a little tight for my liking. Burn line, slightly wavy, but not too bad at all. Pretty solid. I'd say this is well constructed, well rolled. All right, about the halfway point now, just where the first band starts to hit. The draw on this now is perfect. It's drawing absolutely amazing. Love that. Getting amazing notes off this. On to the second cup of coffee. Things are going very, very well. I've heard a lot of trash talking with Cuban cigars online. Mostly though, it's US content creators that also own a cigar store. I feel like they're kind of being disingenuous because they can't sell you a Cuban cigar, so they're more inclined to say that they're not good. I've heard people say that Cuban cigars don't draw, they're badly constructed. That has not been my experience at all. I've only had two cigars in my entire time smoking cigars that have not drawn. One was a small Monte Cristo, like number 4, just a small cigar, did not draw at all. And the other was a Rocky Patel 60th. Now you wouldn't expect that from a Rocky Patel, but it did not draw, completely plugged. So my experience with Cubans versus non-Cubans have been altogether great, but equal in the amount of construction foes, I guess, to say. This paired with the coffee, I mean, my goodness, we are in a good spot right now. All right, I'll smoke it down, let you know my final thoughts. All right, down to the final nub now. Smoking time on this was 50 minutes. Burn was great, draw perfect. The ash came off in 2 big chunks. Really enjoyed this cigar quite a bit. I would say medium body. I wrote down notes of nutmeg, clove, almond, this like golden graham kind of cookie. It's like kind of like honey sweetness to it, and kind of earthy tones, and like a salted kind of caramel note to it as well. Really enjoyed the cigar quite a bit. It paired beautifully with coffee. Definitely highly recommend. If you want to talk price, it's kind of a different story. Prices of Cuban cigars have gotten out of control crazy. I paid 50 Canadian dollars for this cigar here in Toronto. Now here in Canada, we pay a lot for tobacco in general. It's taxed out the ass. I kind of get it. Here in Canada, we have universal health care. We pay for smoking related illnesses on the back end. So I agree that we should pay a lot of tax on tobacco. However, 200 to 300% tax is criminal. It should not, nothing should be taxed that high ever. So is this cigar worth the price? I would say no, it's not worth the price, but at the end of the day, it is a fantastic cigar. If you're interested in checking out some of my other cigar related content, some pairings I did with Scotch and Bourbon, check out the links down below. Let me know in the comments down below, what's your experience with the H. Upmann brand? Are you a Cuban cigar smoker? Let me know your thoughts about that. Thanks so much for watching, really much appreciated, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.